Quiet quitting. How can finance professionals get paid and do less work? Now, quiet quitting is a phenomenon that has spread across the finance industry, similar to other industries, and it involves people doing as little work as possible until they get found out by their managers or their team members and they effectively get fired. Now, quiet quitting is a strategy I've seen being used across the finance industry, and it's an interesting strategy to use, and it's become popular in recent years. It's quite controversial, and I'll explain to you here are my thoughts on how you can leverage this to maximize your income and career growth, and when to use the strategy and when not to. Now, firstly, we need to think about quiet quitting. Why is it occurring right now? Quiet quitting, as I say, is the phenomena of working a corporate job or any job, putting in as little work as possible until you reach the point where they fire you. So you effectively get paid for not doing a lot of work for many months or even years. Now, why is this happening? I think partly because there's a disillusionment with career and life progress. Many people are working hard for several years. Still, the housing's unaffordable because of the inflation. Maybe basic living costs are unaffordable. There's a lot of dysfunction within relationships. People aren't getting into long-term relationships and having kids and having families. Also, there's a social hierarchy at work that seems to be quite stubborn, and it's not changing. For example, you'd have many people who are the baby boomer generation, maybe people in their 40s, 50s, 60s and older, who will typically be in corporate positions and management positions, but they have no intention of retiring anytime soon. And effectively what happens is you have people more junior than them, younger than them, millennials, Gen Z, who don't have a career progression path because the people above them in more senior positions don't have any plans on moving on, so it's hard to climb the corporate ladder. And then another reason would be biased employment practices. So effectively, because of diversity, equity and inclusion that shows favoritism to certain genders, certain racial groups, other people can become quite disillusioned because they don't have the same level of progress and they don't receive the preferential treatment when it comes to hiring and promotions, and it can be a bit demoralizing and reduce the work ethic of some people to the point they reach quiet quitting, where they decide to put less effort in at work until they get fired. Another reason is people are looking at pursuing self-employment and entrepreneurship. Rather than prioritizing the stability of a corporate job, they want the freedom. So people are looking at, you know what, I don't really care if I lose my job, I'll find another job, or I'll move and live off grid or leave the country and live a more quiet life. When should you pursue quiet quitting? I would say you should pursue quiet quitting if you don't mind burning the bridge. And what do I mean by that? If you're working for a company and you have a toxic manager, they have unfair employment practices, you don't want to work for that team or company ever again. If you don't mind that you're never going to work there again, you want to get paid for a few extra months, a few extra years, that's fine until they do fire you. So effectively, if you don't mind burning the bridge, then you can do that. To what extent are you willing to have that quiet quitting scenario impact your professional reputation? So if you're working for a company and they see you putting in less effort, they might put you on a PDP or PIE, performance improvement plan or performance development plan, which means you're not doing the work effectively. They want to put you on some kind of improvement plan, which means you'll be closely monitored to make sure you're doing the tasks you're meant to be doing. So often this can go unnoticed initially, but then eventually your managers are going to pick up on this and put you on that type of plan. Maybe other people find out about it and it doesn't reflect too positively about your ability to do the job. This could go unnoticed initially because you're delegating work maybe to more junior team members to do parts of your job. Maybe you're going unnoticed at work because you're being friendly with co-workers, so maybe people don't notice that you're effectively doing less work. And you kind of put in less effort at work, one step at a time. It doesn't go too noticed. Now, like I said, you can do this as long as you don't mind as long as you accept the fact that you might never ever get a job at that company again, which isn't the worst thing because there are many other companies in the finance industry or any other industry you're working in that you can work at. If you want more career advice, then you can check out the free ebook I've provided in the description. And there are 2 videos on your screen right now to help you with your cover letters and your LinkedIn profile, and there'll be a great benefit to you. So check those out and I'll see you in the next video.